Long ago, at the edge of a quiet forest, there lived a poor but kind woodcutter named Haroon. He lived in a tiny cottage with his wife and little daughter. Every morning, Haroon would walk into the woods with his old axe, chop enough firewood to sell in the village, and return just before sunset. Though his clothes were torn and his hands were rough, Haroon's heart was clean and honest. He never stole, never lied, and always shared whatever he earned, even if it was very little. One warm morning, Haroon made his way deep into the forest to a part he had never visited before. There, he found a clear blue pond surrounded by flowers and tall trees. It looked peaceful, almost magical. Haroon smiled. What a perfect place to rest. He sat by the water and wiped the sweat from his brow. As he leaned forward to drink, his axe slipped from his hands and fell into the pond. "Oh no," he cried, jumping to his feet. "That was the only axe I had." The water was too deep and too dark to see the bottom. Haroon sat by the edge, his head in his hands. "How will I earn now? How will I feed my family?" Just then, the water began to ripple and glow. A stream of golden bubbles rose, and suddenly, a genie appeared. He was tall, with a long blue robe, twinkling eyes, and a beard that shimmered like starlight. "Who dares disturb my pond?" The genie boomed, though not unkindly. Haroon stood up quickly and bowed. "Forgive me, noble genie. I didn't mean to disturb anything. I was just drinking water when my axe slipped and sank. It was my only tool to earn a living." The genie raised an eyebrow. "You are honest, it seems, but let us see how honest." He dove into the water with a swish and a splash, then returned holding a shining axe made of pure gold. "Is this your axe?" the genie asked. Haroon looked at it in awe. It sparkled in the sunlight. He had never seen anything so beautiful, but he shook his head and said, "No, that's not mine. My axe is made of plain old wood and iron." The genie smiled, then dove into the water again. This time, he returned with an axe covered in glittering diamonds and silver. "Is this your axe?" he asked again. Haroon's eyes widened even more. This axe looked like something a king might carry. But again, he said softly, "No, kind genie. That one isn't mine either. My axe is worn, its handle is cracked, and it doesn't shine at all." The genie nodded and vanished beneath the pond once more. When he returned, he held an old, rusty axe with a splintered wooden handle, Haroon's real axe. "Is this the one?" asked the genie. Haroon smiled in relief. "Yes, that's my axe. Thank you so much." The genie looked at him for a long time. Then, with a gentle laugh, he said, "You are a truly honest man, Haroon. Many would have claimed the golden axe or the silver one as their own. But you told the truth, not once, but 3 times. Haroon bowed. "I only said what was true. I wouldn't feel right taking something that wasn't mine." The genie raised his hand, and in a flash of golden light, placed the real axe in Haroon's hands, and then handed him the golden axe as a gift. "You may keep this too," the genie said warmly, "as a reward for your honesty." Haroon's eyes filled with tears. I don't know what to say." "Say nothing," the genie smiled. "Just keep being the good man you are." With a swirl of wind and a sparkle of stars, the genie vanished back into the pond. The ripples faded, and the forest fell silent again. Haroon returned to his village that evening, carrying both axes. The villagers gathered around as he told them the story, not leaving out a single detail. He used the golden axe only for decoration and continued chopping wood with his old one. But with the genie's gift, he was able to buy warm clothes for his family, repair his cottage, and even help his neighbors when they were in need. The children of the village would often ask him to retell the tale, and each time he would end it with the same gentle words. "Remember, my little ones, honesty is the best policy."